Hi. So today I'm gonna do a little writing vlog plus kind of like a third draft process kind of thing, because recently my beta readers finished looking through sorry if you can hear my brother in the other room, he's gaming. Anyways, recently my beta readers finished reading through my second draft and giving me feedback, and before I sent it to them I already did all of my personal editing for draft 2. So now that they are done with that, I get to apply changes where they feel it's necessary and kind of do like a, not like a full rewrite, because I think the story's at a point where it doesn't need to be fully rewritten again, because I've gotten mostly compliments and less like big scary messages being like, wow, you need to change a lot. So there's that. And I also personally feel like the story's at a spot where I don't have to change a lot of the plot. Really, I don't feel I have to change any of the plot. It's more so tweaking wording here and there to make sure that the story is consistent. So that's what I've been doing. I started officially working on my third draft yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It might have been the day before. I don't remember. All I know is that it was yesterday or the day before or something that I started working on my third draft. And for the third draft, I'm kind of just, I'm doing like a read through and rewriting certain parts where I notice that it needs to be rewritten. I'm not doing a whole like new document, starting everything fresh kind of thing, because I feel like that would be counterproductive because of where I ended the second draft at. I truly feel like it's not necessary to do a full rewrite for the third draft. So I'm doing like rewriting specific scenes, and I am reading through the entire book obviously and changing things as I go, but I'm not rewriting the entire thing from scratch like I did from the first to the second draft. So yeah. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was yesterday when I started working on the third draft, I went through the first 5 chapters, which is the entire part 1 of my book. There's 4 parts in it. So I went through the first 5 chapters and I rewrote a couple scenes. I added scenes, technically I didn't add any chapters, but I added scenes to existing chapters that I already feel like the story has been developed more from those. But the whole like idea of the first 5 chapters is the same. So yeah. Today I'm gonna read through, I actually don't know how much I'm gonna do today, but we're gonna see where it goes. I'm kind of tired, but I feel motivated, simply because I'm excited about getting close to publishing, which I will be talking about in 2 weeks from now, I think. So there's that. 2 videos from now is gonna be about my publishing plans, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into the whole like draft 3 process, I guess. That was kind of a little bit of a rundown on what I've been doing so far, but yeah, I feel like everything's been going pretty smooth, pretty good, and I'm excited about the whole process because I feel like I've been doing great with this, and I've gotten one beta reader in specific, I want to give a shout out to Kayla. She gave me such thorough feedback on the second draft. Like like paragraphs long on each question that I asked in this like questionnaire thing I gave to all my readers. Paragraphs long, and I was like, I cried out of joy because I was like, oh, thank you for answering them so thoroughly. Not that like any of my other beta readers didn't give meaningful feedback, because they definitely did, but she gave actual like criticism, which I really value, but she did it in such a kind way that it didn't offend me, and I was super nervous going into like this like second draft beta reader process, because I added 4 beta readers who hadn't read it before. So I was super nervous because new people were reading it again. I was like nervous to see like what they would say, but yeah, this one girl, phenomenal feedback. So that was very, very helpful. And it was all about the first 5 chapters of the book too, because that was definitely like the weak point of the book. That's like something I recognized myself reading through it the first time too. But now that I've rewritten them and like changed certain things, I do feel like it's better. So yeah. Also, when I go through the process of like starting a new draft, I always give myself notes on what I want to change. Like, I don't know if you can see this, but up here it says changes for draft 3, and then I wrote a bunch of things. Literally all of this is just the first 5 chapters, but they're not, I just write a lot to get my points across. It's not like a ton of stuff was actually changed, but yeah. So these 2 pages are for the first 5 chapters, and then these are things that, like, when I was reading through the document after the beta readers commented on it, I wrote down things like 4 specific chapters that they wanted me to change, and then also when I read through their feedback in the Google form I sent them, I wrote notes about those too. So, super stoked. I'm about to start working on chapter 6. I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna get through maybe somewhere between 3 and 5 chapters today. Just because I feel like that's doable for me. Because, like I said, I'm not writing 5 whole chapters. I'm just reading through them and tweaking things as I go along. So, yeah. I'm going to talk a little bit with you about my upcoming process. So, I already explained about what my third draft process is going to look like. I might go through and do the process I already explained to you twice, just to make sure that I catch everything. And also I think I'll have time to do that. The other thing is, after I've done all of this with the third draft, because this is kind of, it's not really like a third draft, it's kind of like a 2.5 draft, but it's my third draft because it's definitely going to be different from the second draft. But it's, I say that because I'm not fully rewriting it, so it's kind of like super heavy editing, but like it's enough editing to where I can call it the third draft, and it technically really is the third draft. But anyways, so after I'm done with that, I'm gonna not edit, because that's kind of what I'm doing already, and I'm gonna send it to an editor. Now, I don't know who the editor is gonna be yet, because I entered a giveaway on Instagram to see if I could win like a chance for some free editing services. So, keeping my fingers crossed for that. If not, I'll have to pay an editor, which will also be fine. Like, I can do that. But yeah, and it's fully necessary. But yeah, so if I win that giveaway, it would be helpful because then I'll only have to get like 2 different kinds of editors instead of 3. So yeah, it'd be helpful if the first one could be free and then I'll only have to pay 2 people. And I think that would be the extent of me paying for things, because I've already dealt with my cover, which I haven't said that online yet, so that's cool. But I've dealt with my cover. I paid a 20% commission for that, and then I have to pay off the rest of it once I get her the measurements and stuff for what the book is going to be, but that's not going to happen until I format it, which won't be for at least a month. So yeah, so I already have that under control, and then the editing I think is the only other thing that I'll need to pay for, besides maybe eventually like Instagram ads, but those are cheap. Those are like $1 for every day that it goes up. So it's like, you know, if I want the ad to run for 10 days, it's $10. So that's really not that bad. But yeah, anything other than that, I don't think is gonna be super costly. So that's good. But yeah, so hopefully October will be the month that this book finally goes to like an actual editor. It's what I'm hoping for, because next year I want to publish, obviously, and I'm hoping, well, actually I'm making a video on my publishing plans, so I won't talk about that right now, but yeah, so yeah, super hoping for editing in October. It's gonna happen, it's just, it depends on whether or not it's free or not, how quickly I can actually get somebody to edit. And I also need, like, if I don't get the free editing services, I need to then go and like hire a professional. So yeah, and I feel like it's going really well so far, and I feel like the only reason for that is because God wants me to publish this book, because I mean, like, the difference in like beta reader reaction between the first draft and the second draft was insane, because I got good feedback on the first draft, obviously, but there was a lot of stuff that I needed to change, and between the first draft and the second draft, the first draft had a lot of criticism, not like hateful criticism or whatever, but criticism, to the second draft having close to none. And I know it's not just my betas being nice and not wanting to, you know, say anything. I know they're being genuine when they give me their like responses and whatnot. So yeah, I'm excited about the third draft, because I feel like, I mean, this is the draft that's gonna go to editors, because the story has been written and it's fully, like, there's nothing that I'm gonna change about the plot, and it's fully, like, it's written, you know? I don't have to add anything huge, and I don't have to take out anything huge unless it goes to a professional and they're like, this is terrible. And it's something that my betas didn't catch or whatever, but I think that won't be the case, hopefully, because I know I'm the writer, but I'm also, like, I also read, and I'm super picky with the books that I read, so I would absolutely be critical of my own writing. I've, like, been in the middle of writing scenes and been like, I have to cut this immediately. I need to stop writing this scene because it's not going to work. I actually just had to do that with a scene in the sequel, which was devastating, but it was fine. But yeah, so I'm just, like, super stoked about where the story is at, because it's like, it's not finished, obviously, and it's never going to be perfect, but this is the book, you know. yeah, and I'm super excited for it to go to editors, and I'm excited for them to chew me out in the comments and stuff and tell me everything that I have to fix so that I can make it better and publishable. And I'm excited to get to the point where I'm like formatting it and doing all of that. So yeah, I think that's all that I have to say for this video. I said it was going to be a writing vlog at the beginning of the video, but it kind of ended up not really being a writing vlog, but it kind of was. I just like, I've realized that I don't really have a lot of inner thoughts when I write. Like I don't, like some people have like a running commentary in their head when they're writing. When I'm writing, I just am thinking the words. So, writing vlogs are not something that's super, I feel like, gonna be interesting to you guys. I can do vlogs of other kinds, obviously. Like, reading vlogs, I absolutely could do. I just have to figure out how to do them without spoilers or specify that there's gonna be spoilers in the video, which I could absolutely do. But yeah. If you enjoyed this video and enjoyed hearing me talk about this kind of process that I'm gonna be going through, then give it a thumbs up. And comment if you're excited for me to talk about my publishing plans in 2 weeks, because I'm excited to talk about that, because I haven't spoken seriously about them yet. And obviously I'm not gonna tell you like dates or anything, but I'm gonna talk like serious plans, like outlines for a plan. So yeah, so if you're excited for that, comment down below. As always, comment video ideas, because I'd love to have your suggestions. And I said a couple videos ago or something that I do have all the videos for the rest of the year planned out, but until like after that point I'm gonna need more ideas, obviously. So yeah, doesn't hurt at all to put video ideas in the comments, like what you guys like to watch. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next Saturday.